Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to reverse a car. Now this video is geared towards beginner drivers and people that are just starting to learn how to drive. Now, this video will outline the process of reversing a car, and it will outline the process in a way that will help both people that are driving cars with automatic transmissions and people that are driving cars with manual transmissions. So let's get right to it. Before you start reversing a car, you need to look all around the car completely. You need to check all of your surroundings. Okay, and use your 3 mirrors. So you need to check the mirror on your windshield, the mirror on the right side, the right-hand side of the car, and the mirror on the left-hand side of the car. Now you check all around the car because although you are reversing, the entire car is moving. And if you are reversing and turning the steering wheel, then the front end of the car will move to the left or to the right. So you need to check your complete surroundings, everywhere, front, sides, back, all around the car. Once you have ensured that you are free of any obstacles around your car, you can put your car into the reverse gear. Now, if you are driving a manual transmission car, you simply push the clutch in and put the gear selector in reverse. If you are driving an automatic transmission car, you'll simply put the gear selector in reverse. Okay? Now, you are doing this with your foot on the brake. So you have to put your foot on the brake and then put the gear selector into reverse. Okay. Now I have my e-brake on. If you have it on, you're going to pull it down. But you might not have your e-brake on, and that's fine. You can just leave it down. Now the car is in the reverse gear and we are ready to actually move. Now, the worst thing that you can do is simply let off the brake and push the gas, because the car will launch backward and you do not want that. So once again, we're going to check all of our surroundings and check all 3 of the mirrors. And then once again, there are no obstacles, no pedestrians, no anything around the car. So we are ready to start reversing. Now, if you are driving an automatic car, you will simply let off the brake a little bit until the car starts inching backwards. If you are driving a manual transmission car, you are going to let off the brake, push the gas just a bit, and release the clutch just a bit. You are not going to fully release the clutch. You are going to release the clutch just a bit, just like this. So if you're driving an automatic car, you're going to let off the brake easily. If you're driving a manual car, you are just going to give it a bit of gas and let off the clutch just a bit. And now I am moving backwards, and I'm continually checking my surroundings, checking my mirrors, checking everything, making sure that I am free of obstacles. And that's basically the process for reversing straight backwards. Now I'm going to move forward right here, and I'm going to show you the process for reversing to one side or the other. So to reverse to the right or the left, you are going to follow the same steps that I have just talked about for reversing in a straight line, but you are going to be turning the steering wheel. Now, when you are reversing and you turn the steering wheel to the right, the back end of your car will go to the right. When you are reversing and you turn the steering wheel to the left, the back end of your car will go towards the left. So let's just imagine that I was going to reverse and I wanted the back end of my car to go towards the left. I would once again check all my surroundings, put my foot on the brake, put my gear selector in reverse, and just like I said before, checking all around the car, checking all 3 of my mirrors. And once I'm ready to reverse, I am going to either just let off the brake in an automatic car or just push the gas a little bit and release the clutch slightly in a manual car and turn the wheel to the left, just like this, while continually checking all of my surroundings and mirrors, and turn the wheel to the left, just like that. And now the back of my car is moving to the left. Now, if I wanted to go straight at this point, I could go straight and turn the wheel slightly to the right, just like this. And that would be basically an example of me reversing out of a parking spot. Now, the one thing to note, and I'm just going to go over here once again, the one thing to note when reversing towards one side or the other, in between, let's say, cars or poles, or in between obstacles, is that you have to be aware that when you turn the wheel and you reverse to one side or the other, the front end of your car will move to the opposite side. So let's say that I am reversing to the left, just as I had said before. So I'm going to check my surroundings, make sure that nothing is around the car, nothing is behind me, and so forth. When I am reversing to the left, just like this, the front end of my car is moving slightly to the right. So if I am reversing to the left, the front end of my car is moving to the right, and I have to watch out that I don't overturn the wheel and allow my car to scrape against a pole or a car that is to the right of my car. And the opposite goes when I am reversing to the right. If I am reversing when turning my wheel to the right, then the front end of my car will move slightly to the left, and I have to be sure that I am not overturning my steering wheel to the point where the front end will hit the pole or the car or the obstacle beside me. So that is basically how you reverse a car. I have outlined the process for both cars with automatic transmissions and cars with manual transmissions. The process is fairly simple. It just takes some practice to get the portion properly, when you are actually turning the wheel to the left or to the right, because you have to be able to judge your surroundings and see, the distance between your car and the obstacle beside you. And obviously look behind you, because if you are reversing and there's an obstacle behind you, you have to know how far away you are from that obstacle. So those are basically the things to keep in mind. It takes a lot of practice to get it done properly. So practice in an empty parking lot, and then practice around some obstacles with a good amount of distance between your car and the obstacles, and you'll be good to go. Just follow the steps and tips that I have provided you with in this video, and you will be able to reverse a car easily. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.